I'm like, I'm an imposter. I can't do any of this. They're literally saying the same thing to me. And they're like, you're doing great. You know what I mean? It's like, I can dish it, but I can't.
I was so intimidated by you because I was like, ugh, like, obviously, yes, we know voice of an angel. Like, how am I going to keep up here? You know what I mean?
But it's like, it's like,
you pulled me up to your level.
Story, honestly.
You pulled me up out of the well.
You're welcome.
To start off, I wanted to ask, if your inner thoughts were expressed through musical numbers, who would you each want to be singing them to you?
I would want, who was I would want, I'm sorry to say this, I don't even know if he can sing, but I would want Pedro Pascal. Yeah, I don't know if he can sing. I don't care.
Right.
He's so handsome. He's such a good actor. He's soothing. He's rugged yet tender. I would want that.
I would want Jessie J. To sing.
She would riff, bro.
She would riff the hell out of it.
Over your little
yeah, but she just has so much color to her vocal expression. It would be nonstop entertainment.
True sure. That.
Those are great answers. I love that. All right. Well, how much musical experience did you guys each have before this role? Was it something you always wanted to do, or was it an opportunity that just came up?
I mean, I wouldn't say it was zero for you. Like you have a very good ear, and you have like a great ear for music and picking.
I've definitely I sang a little bit on Parenthood, and I did a little sing here and there, but to do a musical and be like confidently like, yeah, no, I know it's key in the key of that, like that's hard. And even to like do the audition, it was like you have to go stand in front of a piano and in front of 12 of the most talented people in the music industry, like, and just riff it off, go for it, Jessie J it. And I was like, I was so terrified, so nervous. It was like, it's truly one of the last like mediums that I haven't explored. And so to be able to be presented with this opportunity, I was like genuinely terrified. But when I had such a good support system of people around me, all my friends and family being like, you can do it, and pushing me. And even after I did the audition, I was like, you know what? Even if I don't get this, at the very least, I'm proud of myself that I went up and I was able to like try to do this and feel good about it. And then I fucking got it. And that's great news, because being able to be a part of it and use your voice as an instrument for expression and not like the most tender, vulnerable like moment of your life that you're shaking and terrified all the time. It's a learning experience that I will never, ever be sad that I had.
Totally. Yeah. And you killed it.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, I have to go now.
He's like the best. This is going to be great. Like, I went to college. Like, I'm perfect.
No. It's like imposter syndrome is like such an interesting thing to me, because like I'm experienced with like the musical theater thing. I've done the musical theater thing a couple of times. And so me looking at you, I'm like, you're doing a phenomenal job. And you're like, yeah, no, I don't know. This is all like new for me. But if I'm like in the room with like an instrumentalist or a musician, and they actually know what they're doing, and I'm like, I'm an imposter. I can't do any of this. They're literally saying the same thing to me, and they're like, you're doing great. You know what I mean? It's like, I can dish it, but I can't.
I was so intimidated by you because I was like, ugh, like, obviously, yes, we know voice of an angel. Like, how am I going to keep up here? You know what I mean?
But it's like, it's like,
you pulled me up to your level.
Story, honestly.
You pulled me up out of the well.
You're welcome.
Mae, Lindsay actually reminded me of your character Annie from Good Girls a little bit. So I was wondering if you found any similarities between them while you were filming.
Of course. I mean, honestly, I have been so lucky that I feel like the characters that I've played, there's always been the like impetus to like bring a part of myself to them. And that's always been like something that's been encouraged, and having that like the life and the energy and sort of just the vulnerability. I think that's something that I like. God knows I have a lot of issues, but I bring that to most of the characters as like a real honesty and like a tenderness, and like it's not perfect. Being a person is not perfect. Being a human being is not perfect. It's messy. It's confusing. Every day is a new problem and a new adventure. And I think like having going from Annie, who was constantly really searching for what she actually wanted to be and refusing to settle and always wanting to grow and sort of being judged for it. I think bringing that into Lindsay as someone who had made the decision that she should be this one person, and then kind of tries to break free of that. It was almost the reverse. It's kind of like Annie ended up going into Lindsay territory, and then Lindsay kind of ended up going into Annie territory. So, I love them both. They're both a deep part of me. And I love having all those echoes of my past be a part of my present.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Carlos, on the other hand, I mean, you spent so many years playing Cisco on The Flash. So, how does it feel now that that's ending and that you're taking on this new role?
Out from behind the desk, am I right?
That's true. I was staring at a computer screen for hours, and now look at me. I'm staring at a computer screen for hours. It was, that show, that experience, like, changed my life, and I learned so much doing that show and playing that character, so much about myself. And I mean, that's such a great answer, actually. It's like at a certain point, the roles that you've played start to, in a weird way, inform each other, because they're all based on, your own sort of personal landscape to a certain extent. So I can definitely resonate with that. But also, in spite of the similarities, there are also, a fair set of differences, but it feels right, like it feels like an evolution in some way. So yeah, even I'm super like grateful for that chapter, obviously. But I'm happy to be in this one, and I don't think I'd be able to be in this one or be able to honor this one in the way that I am without like that experience playing Cisco.
Basically, I feel like Cisco is a Taurus and Miguel is a Pisces. Like, just do with that what you will.
I'm going to defer to you on that stuff.
As if you don't know.
I mean, I will say that moon last night was...
Ooh, a Virgo's anyone? Virgo placements? Can I get a name?
I love that. All right, well, I'm going to have to wrap. But thank you guys so much for chatting with me about the show. Absolutely love it so far.
Yay. Thank you.
Thanks.